Welcome everyone. Today, let's dive into one of the most talked about romances of the past decade, Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries. Their whirlwind courtship, lavish wedding, and short-lived marriage made headlines across the globe. But what happened behind the scenes? And where is Kris Humphries now, years after his very public split from Kim? Let's explore the story of their fast-burning love and the private life Kris has chosen for himself since then. The beginning of a whirlwind. In late 2010, Kim Kardashian had already become a household name thanks to her family's reality show and her growing business empire. Around that time, she was introduced to NBA player Kris Humphries, a power forward who played for the New Jersey Nets. Their chemistry was immediate. Unlike some of Kim's earlier relationships, Kris seemed to bring a refreshing, down-to-earth energy. Friends and fans noticed how quickly their romance picked up. Within just a few months, they were seen together everywhere: games, vacations, and family gatherings. By May 2011, Kris decided to take the leap. He proposed to Kim in her Beverly Hills home with a jaw-dropping 20.5-carat diamond ring. The moment was filmed for television, and Kim said yes. The fairy tale seemed set. The wedding of the year. On August 20, 2011, the couple tied the knot in Montecito, California. The ceremony was extravagant, with hundreds of guests, multiple designer gowns, and an entire production crew capturing every moment for a two-part television special called Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding. The event was broadcast to millions of viewers, making it one of the most memorable celebrity weddings of its time. To the public eye, it looked like a happily ever after was beginning. But behind closed doors, cracks were already starting to form. Trouble behind the scenes. Just weeks into the marriage, differences between Kim and Kris became harder to ignore. Friends later shared that the couple often clashed over where to live, with Kim tied to Los Angeles for her career and Kris wanting to spend more time in Minnesota and New Jersey for basketball. The lifestyles were dramatically different, too. Kim's world revolved around cameras, events, and appearances, while Kris was focused on the demanding schedule of the NBA. Small disagreements turned into larger arguments, and the weight of public attention added even more stress. Kim would later admit that she had doubts even before the wedding. She confessed that the night before the ceremony, she felt uncertain but pushed forward because of the pressure surrounding the event. In hindsight, she acknowledged that she should have listened to her instincts. A 72-day marriage. After only 72 days of marriage, Kim filed for divorce in late October 2011. The news shocked fans worldwide. Some criticized the marriage as a publicity stunt, while others sympathized with the pressures the couple faced. Kris, for his part, was deeply hurt by how public the situation became. He initially sought an annulment, stating that he felt blindsided. The legal proceedings stretched on for more than a year and a half, creating headlines and fueling speculation. Finally, in 2013, the divorce was finalized, closing one of the shortest and most scrutinized celebrity marriages of modern times. The aftermath and reflection. The breakup wasn't easy for either of them. For Kim, it meant facing public criticism and reliving the decision on her family's television show. For Kris, it meant dealing with the stigma of being remembered mostly for a failed marriage rather than his athletic career. Years later, Kris would open up about how difficult that period was. He admitted that being thrust into the center of tabloid culture took a toll on his mental health. He described experiencing anxiety and embarrassment, especially since he had not sought fame outside of basketball. The attention was overwhelming, and he needed time to recover privately. Life after basketball. Despite the storm, Kris focused on moving forward. He continued playing in the NBA for a few more seasons, suiting up for teams like the Boston Celtics, Washington Wizards, and Atlanta Hawks. By 2019, he officially retired from professional basketball. But retirement didn't mean slowing down. Instead, Kris shifted his focus to business and entrepreneurship. Partnering with his family, he invested in restaurant franchises. Today, he owns several Five Guys burger locations, has worked with Crisp & Green, and became a franchisee of Dave's Hot Chicken. His restaurant empire has been expanding, especially in his home state of Minnesota. Kris has said that this new chapter is fulfilling because it allows him to build something lasting and provide for his family while staying out of the spotlight. A private and peaceful life. Unlike many celebrities who stay in the public eye, Kris has chosen a different path. He now lives a quieter life in Minnesota, often spending time near Lake Minnetonka. He enjoys traveling, family time, and running his businesses. On social media, he occasionally shares glimpses of his life, but nothing close to the constant exposure he once endured. He has also kept his romantic life very private. While there have been rumors here and there, Kris has not been linked publicly to any long-term relationships since his divorce from Kim. By all accounts, he seems content with the low-key lifestyle he has created. He once said that he doesn't want to be remembered solely for those 72 days, but rather for the full scope of his life and career. Looking back, over a decade later, the marriage between Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries remains one of the most memorable pop culture moments of the 2010s. For Kim, it was a turning point that led to deeper self-reflection and, eventually, her marriage to Kanye West. For Kris, it was a difficult chapter that pushed him away from the public spotlight, but also motivated him to find peace in a more private, grounded life. Their whirlwind romance may have ended quickly, but it taught both of them lessons that shaped who they are today. Kim has said she regrets how things unfolded and wished she had ended it sooner rather than going through with the wedding. Kris has expressed that while it was painful, he is grateful for where he has ended up. A businessman, former athlete, and someone living life on his own terms. And that's the story of Kris Humphries and Kim Kardashian's whirlwind romance, their short marriage, and the life Kris has built for himself since then. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and let us know which story you'd like to see next.